What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy, the Destroyer, Ruiz, and David Benavidez. Get this. Andy Ruiz Jr. opens door to a surprise showdown with Canelo Alvarez's bitter rival on one condition. We know he's fighting Jarrell Miller August 3rd on the undercard of Crawford Madrimov. We know this, right? However, the Mexican has been out of action since outpointing Luis Ortiz in September of 2022, but is plotting his path back to the top of the division. And he told Fight Hype, he says, I think David can do anything because he's big and he's strong. And he's open to the door of a showdown with Benavidez, who recently made his debut at light heavyweight. Light heavyweight. Let that sink in. Okay. He says he's super young. He's super young. If he does go to heavyweight, hopefully he gives me the opportunity to fight too. I'm pretty sure he feels strong, but he's a really talented kid. And those are the words of Andy Ruiz. Okay, and Benavidez has yet to be defeated in his professional career and has spent the vast majority of his campaign at super middleweight. The monster dispatched of several contenders at 168, okay? And he was waiting for Canelo Alvarez, but, that's not happening. And he is a sizable athlete at that weight category and carries a huge talent advantage over many at 6'2". But he has recently moved to light heavyweight. Okay. Let's see. Any fight with Ruiz Jr. is highly unlikely, but it would make for an intriguing spectacle given the former unified champion is at the smaller end of the heavyweight scale. But Benavidez has spoken of facing heavyweight opposition in the past and suggested that he would pursue a shot at Alexander Usyk, who just picked up the undisputed titles in May. For now, focus will be to wear away any ring rust for Andy Ruiz Jr. and get his name back in the winning column. The heavyweight is booming thanks to Turki Al-Sheikh, and his former trainer Manny Robles believes he needs to put his name back firmly in the mix. He says, I think that he would fight in Saudi Arabia, but where is Andy? That's the question. I haven't spoken to him or seen him in years. I have no idea what Andy is up to in all honesty, but he should come back to take advantage of this opportunity he has given to the heavyweight division. Okay, let me counterpunch people. First off, you got a guy in David Benavidez that just left 168. He just left 168 and he fought Alexander Volsnik, giving Volsnik his second loss behind Artur Beterbiev, okay, which took the belt from him that made Artur Beterbiev the unified champion. Why would he fight Andy Ruiz? Better yet, why would Andy Ruiz want to fight David Benavidez? If he gives me the opportunity, why are you talking about someone moving to heavyweight when you are the former unified champion saying, give me the opportunity? Andy shows us, okay, how small his ceiling is, or how high it can be, or how short it can be. He shows us that he's not ambitious. You hear him talking about AJ because that's the money ticket. I get it. He's going to get pretty much the same amount of money that he's got, and hopefully he will do better than he did the last time with the money that he had, because I think he spent a lot of unnecessary money like a lot of people do, especially when they don't have or not accustomed to that dollar amount. Okay. Why not call out another heavyweight? David Benavidez couldn't even knock out Volsnik. He hit Volsnik with everything that he had, and he couldn't hurt him. What do you think he's going to do at heavyweight? Like, things like that doesn't really make sense. He's big and he's strong, very strong. I'm like, listen. Don't call out people that's outside the weight class. You know what I mean? You go way down there to light heavyweight. Calling out a light heavyweight is like like Canelo calling out at 168, calling out someone at 140. You know what I mean? That's 200 pounds, bro. I mean, that's 20 pounds. So, you know, to make 205, that's a lot. He didn't even call out any cruiserweights. He didn't even call out the new Bridger weight division, which you got, what, 5 names on it? Oscar Rivas, he could have called him out. He could have called out Dillian White. Oscar Rivas beat him in the amateurs. He could have called all of these people out, and he didn't. You got Dillian White. You have Oscar Rivas. You got Efe Ajagba. You got Jared Anderson. You have so many people there that he could fight that is dormant, that's pretty much, okay, well, what is he doing lately? Type fighters. And he calls out David Benavidez. It just shows you how far Andy has stooped down. Here's the thing. I was going to say, it just shows you how far he's failed. But here's the deal. It just hit me just now why you think Bob Arum really got rid of Andy Ruiz. Now, I thought it was rather severe, you know, on how he decided to really pretty much put Ruiz on the shelf. On the shelf in the cupboard and close the door and put a lock on it. You know, and I thought that was kind of like, man, that's jacked up how he did Andy. But like, now you look at it, it was warranted. Andy was not going to do anything besides what Andy's going to do. You know what I mean? And see, once Andy gets beat again, that's all it takes. See, Andy gets beat again. If Jarrell Miller beats Andy, he's done. Because that means Andy has only done one thing in his life. He didn't beat Joseph Parker, even though it was close. You know, it was in Joseph Parker's backyard. I get it, but he didn't beat him. Right? He got put on the covered, paid himself out of the contract with Al Heyman, with Bob Arum, like a lot of fighters got to do, and then went to Al Heyman. Got with Al Heyman, got one fight, then got the jackpot with Anthony Joshua, beat Anthony Joshua, then lost to Anthony Joshua. The end. You fought two 40-year-old, let's put it this. You fought two 40-plus fighters since then in 5 years. Literally 5 years you fought 2 times. Now you call out David Benavidez. That's not a good look. You know, that's not a good look at all. You know, call out Parker. What happened to Parker? A guy that beat you. Oscar Rivas. Dillian White, a guy that you said the money wasn't real. You know what I mean? You fought Ortiz after you know he fell off. So, I mean, I don't really understand Andy. You know, and Andy shouldn't make remarks like that talking about 168 or making someone from 168 go to go to heavyweight. Okay, it doesn't look good. You know, because it almost seems like you're bullying at that point, because you know that's not a realistic fight. You know, and if I'm David, I would laugh at that. I'm like, dude, you know, okay, you're the shorter guy. Go ahead and lose 20 pounds and come fight me at 175. That's what, if I was David, I would tell him that. Like, look, okay, you want to fight me, Buster? Come lose all that weight, get on the treadmill, you know, crash your diet, fast, whatever you need to do. Get your ass to 175, and I would tax your ass tax-free, because you know he's going to be a weak mofo when he gets down to that weight limit. But you guys tell me what you think of Andy Ruiz calling out David Benavidez for a fight at heavyweight. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace. Volume 1.